Live! We made it! Hello! Hi everyone! Welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You, Splintering Wheel. What? I have just the name of a character just on my screen. That's weird. Let's remove that. There we go. Bye, Malcolm. You're dead. I'm Ash. I'm your GM. And I use she, her pronouns. And this is the Splintering Wheel, which is our ongoing Dungeon World game where we change out who's playing each week. Which means that each week I get a lovely, fresh bunch of faces delivered right to my door. Like, no, that's weird. Now your faces are like produce. That's gone in a strange direction. Let's do some introductions. I want to hear from all of my lovely adventurers, who they are, what their pronouns are, and who their character is. Starting with established spooky badass Campbell.
I am Kemi. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Henri, who is a necromancer and follows Haru, so she's kind of moldy and gross and looks tired all the time, but also really awake. Yeah.
Tired and awake at the same time. Yes, that sounds appropriate. And then we have a new face, a delicious new flavor of face. God damn it, Heather, how you doing?
I'm good. A little concerned, although I am curious about what flavor my face is going to end up being. Hi, I'm Heather, also known as Short Shrub. My pronouns are they, them. And today I will be playing Forland, who is a salamander immolator, who also has vague followings of horror, but in a very different manner than the usual rotting corpulence stuff. So it's gonna be fun.
Cool. And then we have Jason. Hi, Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason. My pronouns are they, them. And today I'm going to be playing Anhaga, who is definitely not just gay femme strider, but she has also recently had part of her face shot off and then rebuilt by someone who saved her. So that was good. And she has a mule named Jenny.
Cool. I love Jenny.
Jenny's great.
The problem with introducing Jenny into this game is I feel that people fall in love with Jenny faster than they fall in love with Anhaga.
That's okay. I mean, who can't love Jenny, right?
Right?
Is Jenny the gateway drug to Anhaga?
Jenny is the gateway drug to everything, as far as I'm concerned. Everyone loves Jenny, and everyone loves Jenny.
Okay. Moving on. Finally, it's Ray. Hi, Ray.
Hello. My name's Ray. Pronouns he, him, his. I'm playing Marlowe, who last time we saw him was dead and cut into several parts, so we'll figure that out. He is, well, maybe we should save his description for when he shows up, because it's different a little bit than before.
Yeah, let's do
but
that.
I did add a bio picture on Roll20 that I actually hacked together today, so.
Awesome. I love that shit.
I did a horrible Photoshop job and put it in there, so.
I love it. It's so good. That's amazing. All right. First up, let's just check in. We all agree that I just want to check in that everyone is okay to agree to to play in kindness and respect for each other, and that if we have a problem, we all recognize that we can communicate that with each other if we're struggling through visual or verbal signal, X card, this or this. Is everyone okay with that? Excellent. Then we shall begin the proceedings I need a gavel. I need like a starting of the game gavel, or a little bell, or a gong. Dong.
No, because then Beamer will learn that noise.
True. Do you?
We've got this thing.
Yeah, do it. Excellent. Beda, a town surrounded by deadly overgrowth. Among the ruins of this once prosperous town, now there are people holding on to what looks like a life, and amongst the ruins there are things slithering, and cockroaches and many other kinds of insect creeping around for things to eat. Who's been working around town? Who have we not seen for a little while?
So the events of the Jumpy Stream are canon time-wise?
Yep. I'm
So
gonna get some of the people from that one to do a recap so that we have like a better version of that. But they are considered canon.
Did the apothecary get updated, or they just fixed their fortunes?
The fortunes are currently +0. What do we see of Henri? What's Henri been up to?
Maybe we should do Henri last if if Marlowe's back.
Let's do Anhaga then.
Okay.
Because Anhaga has been around. Have you been lending a hand with any of the town projects?
Well, probably, but also Anhaga's been convalescing from the whole face being shot off thing. That said, it's probably she's been conscious at the time, so she would have been able to help by identifying herbs and plants that are being brought in, telling people where to find certain things that they might need, and so on.
Yeah, if that's the project that you're working on, then that sounds excellent.
For the apothecary.
One of the things that I think I want to like expand with this is that I think people can probably work on their own long-term projects as well as like town ones. So, like for instance, if you wanted to say like that you had been working on something related to that, then that's a thing that you could start a clock for. But if you're helping around the apothecary, then your like expertise would certainly be helpful as a ranger.
Yeah.
So
I think that makes the most sense.
Cool. Do you want to roll 2d6 plus 0 because fortunes are currently 0?
And actually, is it possible that Jenny could be helping? No, Jenny couldn't help with identifying plants properly.
Wait. Does Jenny have labor?
Jenny has labor.
Then Jenny can help.
Jenny can help. I'm trying to think of how she would be helpful with the plants. I mean, in terms of transport.
She can be helpful just in like, if you're letting people like lead her around, she can be like loaded up with things and like actually laboring to build the apothecary. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Jenny actually doing all the work.
Yes, it's Jenny doing all the work here. You're just being like, that's a mushroom. Oh, friend.
Well,
okay. Yeah.
That worked.
That's a pity. Catastrophe. Resources are lost in an accident and more harm has been done than good. Reduce fortunes by 1 to a minimum of -3 and gain a debility of your choice. Cool. What debility do you gain? Also, debilities have been updated so that we're back to having 6 instead of just 3. So they are, but they're not the default dungeon world ones because the default dungeon world ones are a bit weird. So they are weakened, which is -1 ongoing to strength, grumpy, -1 ongoing to charisma, shaky, -1 ongoing to constitution, muddled, -1 ongoing to intelligence, sluggish, -1 ongoing to dex, and distracted, -1 ongoing to wisdom.
I feel like it's most consistent for Anhaga to become grumpy at what's going on.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. Cool. And I have reduced fortunes by 1. Marlo.
Hi there.
You arrive in town. You just rock up one day.
Yeah, I think he comes back in the middle of the night
Mm.
with, I think, basically bare-chested. What were the people in the cave wearing? Because I think he took their clothing.
Old smugglers' outfits. So,
Okay.
so like oilskin cloaks. Your shovel did get left in that cave. No one
Yeah,
collected it, so you've
has
got that. Yeah, like high waisted like dungarees and
All right.
yeah.
Can he also have one of the rifles?
But
that was in the cave?
at the same time, you can be wearing anything you like, because of what you are, right? Like,
Yeah. I think he's just wearing the dungarees then, and maybe some boots that the smugglers had. He also has his pack because they left that up on the barge as well. And he has one of the rifles that the smugglers were carrying in addition to his shovel.
excellent.
fair to
That's
say?
cool.
I'll add that in a bit, but how much does that weigh?
I'm pretty sure rifle is. How much does a short sword weigh, or like a mace?
Well,
or
my
whatever?
shovel's 2, and that kind
Yeah,
of
then it's
feels
2.
right.
If shovel is 2, then a rifle's 2.
All right. And is there any special properties for that, like piercing, for instance?
Probably. I will need to double check.
All right. Anyway, he comes by in the middle of the night, I think, and also one more thing: can there just be a cat following him? It's not
Yes.
an animal companion; it's just tagged along.
Just following him.
He's fed it a little bit.
Yes, I think that's reasonable.
Okay, just another thing for you to put in danger. So I think people around the apothecary kind of wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of the shovel digging out that basement again. And maybe he's been back for a few days at this point, but he's just been working on this in the middle of the night and going who knows where during the day. So should I roll for that project?
Yes.
And is it +1 or just...
It's -1.
Oh, fortunes for the projects. Oh man, this can dig us into a hole pretty quick. All right. I'm trying to think of anything to help, but I don't think I do. Oh my god. Well, that's a 2. All right. Let me look at those abilities, I guess.
So, do people only find you because you're like caught under rubble?
That's a good question. Well, I guess, is it dirt here or is it like stone that he's digging through?
I think it's like rocks in the dirt.
Okay.
Because like it would have been dirt, but then there's like things have fallen down into it.
You know what it is? Yeah. I'm gonna take distracted -1 to wisdom because somebody just finds him in the morning with all of the like mushrooms and mold and stuff that he's dug up in this process, and like it's laid out and categorized in front of him, and he's just been like looking at them and picking them up one by one and maybe like whispering to them occasionally. And it's just like the light's breaking over the edge of this pit, and he's just down there cross-legged, shovel in the dirt next to him with all of these mushrooms, and like almost no work has been done since then.
Henri, do you find?
Yeah, you can't be here. You're dead.
I should mention that Marlowe used to have like curly black hair that he held back in a ponytail, and now you can look at the little bio on my character sheet, but it's like kind of pale greenish white and just like frizzy and very fine and sticking out in every direction. And to put not too fine a point on it, it's the mycelium of a mushroom. It's like very, very fine tendrils of hair. His skin is maybe a little glossier than it should be. What is his leg situation? Does he have a complete left leg, or is there?
He has a complete.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's up to you. I like the idea that he forgot that he had, like, a wooden leg.
Bao took the other Marlowe's leg.
Yeah. So yeah, I think his left leg is fine. I don't think he has boots. I think he's barefoot. But yeah, he just like I guess looks up from the mushrooms, and he's like, well, I was, but I'm not now, and he just kind of grins.
Henri didn't figure out the truth behind the mushroom zombies, though, did she? She didn't see the Brahmin or anything.
She didn't see the Brahmin, no.
I'm really not sure how to deal with this.
You still have
Yeah.
Marlowe's head.
Yeah, I have Marlowe's dead body in a box. Like, this is very incongruent.
You did see one of the figures get cut open, though, and that they didn't have, like, traditional bones and things.
I tried to animate one and it turned into mush.
Mm-hmm, you did.
Do we want to try and combine Mushroom Marlowe with Marlowe Man?
Do you say that out loud? Or are you just saying this out of character? I'm wondering, like, how shocked you are by him just being here.
I mean, clearly Henri is, like, speechless.
Thrown for a loop. Because it's one thing to animate things inside that cave, I guess. But it's another thing to send you out here reasonably self-aware, I guess.
I'm pretty self-aware.
I've been so excited about this moment all week.
As you're sitting there speechless, I think Marlowe like bundles up all of these mushrooms and stuff, and like carefully puts them in a bag and just walks past Henri and up out of the cellar, and then he turns back and goes back and grabs his shovel, and then goes up out of there and heads off somewhere with this bag full of fungus.
Can I use my magic eye to determine if Marlowe is magic?
So you're using the detect magic?
Detect magic as a cantrip, yeah.
Yeah. Marlowe is not magic.
I guess Henri kind of awkwardly asks if Marlowe is okay. Do they want their old body back? And the bit of spirit that we stole?
You catch him like as he's heading down the street, and he turns back and he's like, "Oh, actually, yes. Where did you put my armor?"
It probably would have been on the body. I don't know. I'm not sure if Henri
also
took it off.
Ray,
I think Henri would have taken it off.
Ray, that body and the totem would be suitable.
As the body itself. Can I get back the armor and still do this?
Yes.
Okay. So did they bury the body? I guess no. It was cut up. It's in one of
it's in
Henri's
canopic jars. Yeah.
So I guess he's just staring at Henri like I think he suspects that you have the body because it's either you or Bao that has it.
Like, do you want it? I can give it back to you.
Yes, I would like it. Absolutely.
Okay, so we have to venture over to... Oh no, she would have them on her, seeing that it's part of a class. She kind of takes him back to, I guess, to the apothecary, because that's where everyone hangs out, all the adventurers hang out.
The half-finished apothecary that we were just in.
We go into the basement away from prying eyes, and Henri pops open this coffee pot-sized, wicker jar, and slowly dumps a corpse of the old Marlowe out. With a kind of a...
There's like way too much stuff to have fit.
Yeah, there's a body in a jar, like the size. Yeah.
Okay. And he kind of just watches it like fall on the ground and then looks up.
It's in like pieces though.
Yeah,
so it's
I remember you cut it apart. So yeah, he like looks up at you and says, "And the armor?"
I didn't save the armor. Like, you can't put the armor in the jar.
Well, if the armor, if in that case, if the armor was in the cave, he has it. If you left it,
yeah, I think then you have it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then my bio picture is accurate.
Yeah.
Because I put a little chainmail thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Let me add that back in just a second. And he then, actually, what he does is he opens up the cloth with the fungus in it and just piles his body in there as well. and then it's not big enough, and he like puts it away and pulls out like a blanket instead, or actually no, it's the cloak of one of the smugglers, and just wraps it all in that. I think he like puts the arms in the arms of the cloak because it seems convenient, and then just he like bundles it all up, and he's like carrying this like it's like a carpet roll, but it's definitely looks almost like a person or like a scarecrow over his shoulder, and carries it out to the edge of town. I don't think he minds if someone follows him, but I see on the map there's a marker for Marlowe. Have people been like putting monuments, or is that an actual like grave?
That's a grave. There's a grave for each dead character.
Okay. I think what he does is he goes over there. He's probably heard of this grave or passed by it on his way in, and goes and buries his body. He buries each piece separately and like takes some of that mold or that fungus and plants it next to it, and he buries his body in like neat rows of arm bones and leg bones and stuff, and then the skull is like upside down for some reason, and it's not even a skull, it's his head, isn't it? So his head is just like placed upside down and plants over the mound with these mushrooms. I think he makes sure it's in the shade or something like that. And
sorry, I just want to check, Ray. If you're trying to use your heritage ability, it needs to go to the Brahmin.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to add my own body to my inventory, which I never thought would happen.
How much does that weigh?
It's a good question.
Let's have a look. I'll bring up similar things.
Okay, Google.
I think it's 4 weight.
I can just manage that. I have 9 out of 13 right now, so...
Yeah, and a rifle is 3, because it's the same as a crossbow. Same weight as a crossbow. Well, that's a thing.
Can I make progress towards... is guards a thing, or do we need walls first?
Walls are counted as being like staffed, or like let's have a look at the specific document.
I have a bundle of arrows and a worn bow off of Malcolm. So I was just trying to get rid of them.
Do you want to put that towards a carpenter?
Yes.
Cool. So I'll start a carpenter clock.
If I need to roll for that as well.
Yes, you do.
With because I'm
fortune.
providing things, does it get anything?
I don't think that those are specific enough to provide a bonus. Oh, friend. Dang.
We are so good at this game.
Yeah.
Good session. 3 rolls, 3 minus.
Yes,
Oh,
XP.
yeah.
Remember
Yes.
that you can help each other with these rolls.
I was going to ask
Okay,
that,
what's
actually,
that?
because Jenny would have helped Anhaga with her con.
Jenny did. Jenny provided
yeah,
plus
I-
1.
That's why you got a +1. Okay.
Mhm.
Dang, I was hoping there would be a +2 and then we could help.
But if someone else
What do you mean?
is...
You could help and bump it up, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you also risk like further problems if... But they wouldn't be the reduction of fortunes for the help.
What's happening that we could help with? I'm
Yeah,
curious.
what does this look like, Cammy, when you when this goes horribly wrong? Also, let me just make it
I think my debility is confused.
yeah. All right. That is controlled by all players. So, Cammy, you can put the carpenter wherever you like on the map. Your debility is confused if you're assuming that unless you want someone to help in some way.
So if they do help, it just bumps it up by one category entirely, right?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is it that you're doing to get this?
Yeah, that's the
Something I
question.
think of,
Are you just going and finding like good dry wood and stashing it?
no, I think I'm finding the person that does that and saying, "Here's a bow. Here's some arrows. Make do." And they're like, "Who the fuck are you? What are these? What?"
I mean, yeah, most people in town know each other, so.
Yeah, but
But why the fuck are you doing this is a good question.
why are you just giving me a bow and arrow? I'm a woodsman.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone can help there.
Since Marlo has off-screen, I suppose, before he died, helped build stuff like digging out foundations and stuff like that. Would he know anyone he worked with that helped, and try to go get in touch with them? Maybe it's someone who isn't well known for being a craftsman.
Yep, that's a great idea.
So probably roll charisma for that. All right, I'm going to aid with charisma. Let's hope this goes well because I have a -1 charisma. Oh boy, XP for everyone.
Yep. Cool.
Not for everyone, for me.
Can multiple people help?
You need to declare that before the first help.
Oh, okay. I was going to jump in and say something.
If you were going to do that, then yes, 100% do it now. Then that's fine.
I was going to say that Anhaga has a bow and presumably got that bow made by someone and could go to this person and see if she.
Yep. So yes, you can help as well then.
Okay. Oh, and that's going to be with charisma, isn't it? I'm at -2 for that. Let's do it. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that was... Wow.
So you find... So you both go to see the same person, which is... Marlo, you blank out for a bit. You just kind of fugue state. And I think you get brought out of it by the arrival of Anhaga, and you're standing over the body of this person. So yeah, I think Luca was a person. Pardon?
You said somebody's standing over the body of someone?
Yeah, so Marlo blanks out and wakes and comes to standing over the body of Luca, the person who in town who was kind of nifty with could kind of mend a bow if needed, and things like that. And Haga arrives and and because that movement is what brings you out of that fugue state. There isn't any blood on Luca's body.
This is the first time I've seen Marlo walking around since he died, right?
I think so.
I also want to point out, Jason, that you technically got a 0 on that last roll.
Yeah, that was technically a 0.
Yep.
I didn't have the modifier. I forgot to do the modifier. So 2 -2 for 0. Yeah. So I guess Anhaga just sort of stands there staring at you, probably, for the time being.
Yeah. Can I check out this body and try to figure out what happened to them?
Yes. Yep. That sounds
I
like.
don't think he's delicate about it. He just flips him over and looks all around and tries to see what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
That sounds like discern realities.
Let's do this. I'm distracted, but I still got it. Okay. What happened here recently?
This person died of anaphylactic shock. They died of allergies.
Oh no. I pull the cat off of their body. Just in case.
The cat that was like, that's like, I mean, if the cat's there, the cat's 100% like just like gnawing at their ear.
Yeah. It just follows me around and does what it wants. Yeah. And so do they look like any like external signs of that, like hives or allergic reaction? Okay.
Yeah, and like
maybe
swelling.
Their throat's closed or something.
Yeah, their throat's
like
closed up is 100%
Okay.
it. Yeah.
And they're definitely dead.
Oh, yes.
Okay. How long?
We may never know in this campaign.
That's true. How long does it seem like it's been? How long do I think I was out?
This person's still warm.
Okay. Well, do I, Ash, do I have any verdants to start, or do I need to start doing that now?
You don't start with any verdants, no.
Then I guess I turn to Anhaga and I say, do you know what happened here?
And I just say, yesterday you were dead and they were alive.
Was this like, we like have like a week or so between...
Yeah, there's a week between every adventure, so it's been like several weeks.
Yeah, okay, but this is the first night he's back, or first morning he's back, I guess.
At least this is the first Anhaga has seen you at all.
Yeah, to you yesterday I was dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you help me with this body? And he like grabs the legs.
Yeah, of course. And I come over and sort of grab the arms and lift, and not paying much attention to the body, because the fact that you're alive is the weirder thing. People die all the time, but this is different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Marlo, being distracted, doesn't even notice that you're just looking at him the whole time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How did you come back?
I walked.
From
this cat followed me.
From the cave?
Yeah, you all left me there for some reason. I mean,
well, you'd gotten shot. I mean, I got shot too. I didn't walk out.
He like lifts his like chainmail and like looks.
Marlo was choked out by the captain. Remember?
Oh, that's right. But probably did get shot as well at some point, right?
Yeah, I got shot earlier.
We've got no evidence of any wounds.
Yeah, Ash, how much of this does Marlo remember? Like, my thought is he doesn't remember anything after he touched the walls.
Yeah.
Before going into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was my suspicion. Okay, he's like, we went into the cave together, and then I woke up in the cave, and everyone was gone, and this cat was poking my face, and I came back to keep helping out. I don't know what you mean.
Anhaga points at her jaw where, I guess, was it Henri or Bao who rebuilt it? Or both of you?
Henri.
It was Henri, yeah. She points to her jaw where it's been rebuilt by Henri and says, I got shot too. And then sort of gestures to the rifle that she's also carrying over her shoulder and points at the one that you've got. And it was with those. That's where we found them.
Oh my! Did we shoot each other?
No. It was these pirates, these dead pirates, not smugglers.
Well, who? Oh, there were some bodies there, I guess.
Yeah.
And
it must have been those.
And some skeletons and a cow, and I don't really know what happened there.
I didn't see any of those. It must have all happened while I was up.
Either that or I'm dreaming.
Or I'm dreaming.
Weird. I guess we should report this to the authorities. Are we the authorities here?
I mean, yeah, like, authorities is not really a thing that makes sense in this town at all.
Does Luca have any family that we know of?
Yes, Luca has an elderly mother. I think she probably had a son, but I don't think he's alive anymore. I think he probably didn't make it past like 3 or 4.
In the interest of time, can I defy danger with charisma to see whether I can convince the mother I didn't murder this guy?
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like, Marlo does feel guilty.
You don't need to defy danger to that. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Okay, yeah, then Marlo just brings the body to the mother and says, I went to visit Luca and I found him dead of an allergic reaction of some sort. I'm sorry, I tried to resuscitate him. He says it with a straight face, but I can't. And
yeah, there's immediately. I think you just cut off by like grief wailing. Like people are used to death, right? Like it's just assumed that yes, this person just died, because sometimes people just die, and it's sad.
I think Marlo puts a hand on her shoulder, but it's weird because now in his mindset, he's very dead set on like things he doesn't remember happening didn't happen, and so he just doesn't actually feel any guilt for this because he just woke up and they were already dead. Even though I think he knows he caused it, and there's like the disconnect there that he's not used to, and so he just awkwardly goes over and puts his hand on her shoulder and just kind of looks at Anhaga, who I assume is like standing in the doorway or something. Yeah.
Anhaga's standing in the doorway.
I feel like you would have put the body on Jenny to move it, right? Like,
oh, definitely.
Yeah. And I think, like, if that's the case, then there would be other people in the street who would have seen this, who are also, like, grieving.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Anhaga's just grumpy, apparently. Or because of the stuff that happened earlier with the herbs.
We're quite the pair to report the death to the family. One's grumpy, one's distracted, and both of us almost died recently.
Cool.
I have one question for you, Jason, before we move on. Does the cat get along with Jenny? Or vice versa?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Everyone gets along with Jenny.
Again, I don't think the cat is controllable at all by anyone, but it's just hanging around.
The cat is definitely one that, like, doesn't seem to get distracted in the same way that, like doesn't get distracted by like flies or things like that. It just continually just stares and watches what's going on at any given point in time, and sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. I think it is probably Tabby.
I had a specific type of cat in mind.
Yeah.
Serval, Serval.
Oh yes, of course, that makes perfect sense.
Is it also made of mushrooms?
I think it's a normal cat.
We don't know. Right, we can't. It has no external signs of being made of mushrooms. That's about as good as we get. Right, like I feel like the fact that there is external signs of like Marlowe's offness is just because like of like the way in which like all those things went down. So, Henri, did you rolled Carpenter and failed. So that means we've done with that section, which means we can do... Does anyone want to gather rumors before setting out on adventure? Yeah! Hi, Folland.
Hello! Sorry, I just put chocolate in my mouth.
Do you want to go prospecting for rumors?
Absolutely.
Do you want to spend coin on it to take plus one?
In their heels.
I'ma find them.
Do you want to spend a coin to gain a forward on it?
Sure. That makes a decision as to what equipment I have much easier. Okay. I will probably mess this up. Where do I find it? I'm sorry.
If you click on the chart, the letters CHA in the sheet, it will roll your charisma.
Gotcha. Oh wow, I'm gonna be bad at this.
Hey, that's not awful.
Apparently not.
Yeah. On a 7 to 9, you hear vagaries and gossips. The GM will give you part of a rumor. Okay, let me have a look at my rumors table. What rumors do we already know about? Has anyone got the journals open?
I have it here.
Always troubles with the Chitons.
Yeah,
Lizard
I-
folk in an automobile drag racing a few days from town.
It's definitely true, that one. Definitely.
I mean, I am a lizard folk, so I'm not entirely sure if I would go after that.
Okay, yeah. So I think oh man, I need to come up with another name for this character because my brain has come up with a name for a character and it's ridiculous.
I mean, what?
Alright, fine. Let's just use it so that we can get it so that it'll make Emily giggle later. So Old Long Johnson.
Yes.
Oh, Long Johnson!
Old Long Johnson is probably like 12, 13 feet tall. He is yeah, he's just huge, and he has a large, like, broad face. I think he has no, like, body hair, like any hair on his body at all. His skin is leathery and grey. He lives in, like, one of the corners of the town. I think over, like, over near the wall, like what was once the, like, the wall of a fortress or something that was, like, guarding the town. So he lives over there somewhere, and I think he tells you that I think he has like a companion. They live together. She's probably only like 5'8" or whatever, but yeah, Bella, he says Bella has gone to take back the charm that she bought from the man who has been residing in the waterfall near the swamps down yonder. And he points in a direction. And he says she bought it from him, because he said that it could heal me. And I said to her when she brought it to me, I do not need healing. This is what I am now. His huge hands resting on the backs of his wrists in front of him. He
What was he before?
well, he's a man.
Like, do I know that?
He's a man. He's quite old. And yeah, like he has that effect of like elephantitis, but like
Okay.
way beyond what is reasonable for an actual like body. And yeah, he has like, you know, like stony growths on his skin and things like that. And yeah, I think that you're aware of the fact that there's been this discussion that, like, you remember Bella coming into town saying that she'd found this man behind a waterfall near the like swamp ruins. But yeah.
Okay. When was she supposed to come back?
Yeah, I think he's like, she often stays out for several days when she's upset with me. She knows I can't come looking.
Would you like me to go looking?
Oops, sorry. I think he just says, "I'm sure she'll return."
Did I potentially get a look at the charm that she had ended up purchasing?
I don't think so.
No. Did anyone else in the town other than
Not with
Johnson?
not with a 7 to 9. Like
Okay.
you can't have that information with a 7 to 9.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds suspicious to me anyway.
So,
Right.
does anyone else want to look for rumors specifically, or we want to head out on an adventure?
Let's see if we can do a double adventure like last time.
I mean, if you're good at it, you just got to be efficient.
I feel like we should pursue some of the rumors we already have, right?
That makes
Yeah,
sense,
there's a lot
right?
built up.
Yeah.
The Cinder King Atsis
Atsis.
is interesting to me.
Mm.
And the massive bone pile.
Yep. Definitely both interesting.
I'm particularly curious about this Cinder King person.
Mm-hmm. Were any of you in the original adventure for that uncovered that one? No? Cool. All right. Excellent. Well, yeah.
Will we have to gather rumors about that rumor, or we
Nope.
just?
You have all the information that's there. That's just stuff that is known around town. Yeah.
Which way did he go?
That I think Anhaga would be able to figure out.
Yeah, that's a
if-
thing
if
that you can
enough
attempt to
ashable.
do. Yeah, 100%. Like, if you want to sit out and do that, then yeah.
I think
if-
I think old Long Johnson's small person is also important. We have a habit of rescuing people.
Mm-hmm.
Rescuing people is good.
Yep, that sounds good. All right. Well, sounds. Which one are you heading out for first?
I think we'll find Bella first. Because
Alright,
that's
cool.
it. That was the precedent from the nod caps. We save the kid, and then we go and kill one of the adventurers inadvertently.
Mm-hmm. Great. It's gonna take 2 progress to find your way there. What's your ability? Oh no, yeah. So 2 progress is required to find your way to the place that was described to you. What does everyone look like heading out of town?
Damn.
Because we haven't had a visual description yet of Folland.
Follow.
Forland is a salamander, and they're quite bulky in terms of their frame, and they're not overly tall or anything, but it's hard to kind of sidle past them in a hallway. So they've got slick scales in black and yellow kind of patterns of patches with white X's over their cheeks. Several pairs of black gleaming eyes running back over their skull. And they often try to smile disarmingly, which unfortunately shows a lot of needle-sharp, translucent teeth. And they generally just go around wearing a backpack and some dungarees.
Excellent. Great. So, who is leading this expedition?
Poland, because it's their adventure, and it's
Okay.
their first one.
No.
You
All
got
right.
it.
No pressure.
Undertake a perilous journey. When you lead your party through the wilds with the destination in mind, name what you're looking for. What are you looking for, Folland?
I'm looking for Bella and the man who sold her the charm.
It will take
Do I
you
have to narrow that
The
down?
waterfall.
it will take
Do I
you
have to
Into
narrow
the
that down?
waterfall.
it will take you 2 progress to find that. Then roll. If you have folklore and hearsay to guide you, which you do, take +1 forward, or take +2 forward if you've been there before. You haven't been there before. You don't have a map, so you're just rolling 2d6 +1. Dang. Yeah. On a 6-, danger comes upon you unawares. Let me have a look
Are
at
we
this.
allowed to help with this, or is this a...
Yes, you are allowed to help. Would someone like to explain how they're helping?
I feel like Anhaga should probably help.
Yes, Anhaga can help. And Anhaga will help by paying attention to any hints of Bella's passage that might have been left on the ground, and sort of shifting whatever our original path was to more closely match exactly where she'd been going.
That sounds excellent. Yes, roll to assist with wisdom.
Okay. One moment.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Excellent. So, where is Aid or Interfere? And when you help or hinder someone, when you help or hinder someone, get their consent.
Do I have your consent to help, or well, just help in this case?
Yes, please.
Cool. And explain how you help or hinder them, which we've done. Roll plus stat. On a 7 to 9, their result is still bumped, but you also take a debility in the process. Explain how.
Let me check the debilities again, since they're different.
Yep.
I think distracted, probably. I feel like Anhaga ends up spending almost all of the journey just staring at the ground continuously and gets overly focused on that to the detriment of paying attention to anything else going on.
What is the thing that you see that suggests that she's in danger that you can't get out of your head?
There's something about the spacing between her footsteps that suggests a limp of some kind.
I think at one point you see like a thing where she's clearly fallen down onto one knee and had to pull herself back up.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that bumps us up to a 7 to 9. Would you like to make a discovery but no progress, or make a progress but only if you overcome a danger first?
Am I allowed to ask for group consensus?
Yes, you are.
What do people think?
Danger, danger.
Okay, sounds like make progress, but overcome a danger.
Cool. Excellent. I think as you're making your way through this through these rubbery vines and having to really hack and slash your way through, or push your way and heave your way through these, I think at some point you hear the you just fall through the leaf litter underneath, and you fall onto the spikes and are impaled and die.
Oh, good.
Not so fast.
Okay!
There we go. That's what we want. Do you want to refuse a misfortune described by the GM?
I would love
Yes,
to.
please!
Alright. Who's refusing it? And is someone else helping, or is everyone helping? I think it makes sense for one person to be able to help here, not many. So yeah.
This is specifically Foreland falling through?
Foreland is falling through, yes.
Oh, okay. Can I reach out my shovel for her to grab on as she teeters on the edge of this? No, she's falling right through.
Yeah. It's a pit trap.
I will grab Foreland. So Henri will try and grab a Foreland as she's falling and tumble around and hit the thing instead.
So you're going to take the like so that you're the one that like.
Yeah. So Foreland lands on top of Henri.
Yeah, sure, excellent. So that sounds like either Dex or Con. What do you feel?
I want to do Con because I like doing Con.
Yep, do it.
I think I've accidentally edited the wrong character sheet. Hang on.
All right. I mean, yeah, like you're not gonna get away with this without getting hurt.
Yep.
Let me check the convenient section on damage to see harm and healing. Damage. Yeah, this is a D10. It could kill a common person.
Luckily, I'm not a common person.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Excellent. Well done. And armor does help here. If you have any. I don't know.
Can this roll be helped with, or
No.
is this
No,
just
you can't.
helping upon helping? Okay.
So Henri wraps her, falls a bit faster than Fallen somehow, tumbles around and lands on this pit spikes, and they just kind of go. And she gets up and gingerly puts Fallen down,
Yeah,
or
so you're-
untangles themselves from each other, and she like the spikes leave little holes.
Yeah, you are at the bottom of like a 10-foot dug hole, and yeah, these spikes are just sharpened, are like just sharpened bits of wood that have been just jammed into the ground. There is, I think, like, I think he's like, there's like, some like crunchy, like hard things in the dirt underfoot. And I think...
Are they bones?
You want to check it out?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. And yeah, you bend down. You find a knuckle bone and a coin.
And a coin?
Mm-hmm. And maybe a belt buckle.
Shall we
Not
shuffle
a coin's
through
worth
this?
of coin. Just I want to make sure that like we're not. Yeah, because remember
But
that.
could we rummage through and find some treasure?
Yes. That sounds reasonable. Is that what you're doing?
Shelf. Oh. So Arnie like pulls a belt buckle out of her back. It's like there could be treasure down here. There's already dead people.
What are
And,
the people up top doing?
Motions for Fallen to like start rummaging.
This is a decidedly unfriendly trap, but it could be fortuitous.
Yeah.
And I'll start fossicking around as well.
Mm. What are the people
Now
up top
that-
doing?
Now that we know it's here, can we just drop down like right at the edge of the trap and not get impaled?
Yep.
Okay. Farlow. I played a character called Fargo once. Marlowe goes down and with his shovel. I think he takes off his backpack and sets it on the edge of the trap, and goes down with his shovel and weaves between the spikes here and starts digging with the shovel to make this go a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anhaga from the top, still being grumpy, just shouts down, "Oh, great. It's probably poisoned." And it's not probably poisoned, she's just upset still.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, especially because I think at this point you get shot in the neck by like a little like needle or something.
That's great.
You should tell her you don't want to get shot in the neck.
I don't want to get shot in the neck, but also it's established that I'm distracted.
I mean, that means that I feel like that like yeah, that's up to you. It sounds like that's distracted is -1 to wisdom, and it sounds like like, how would you avoid being shot in the neck? I notice it, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that would be
Yeah. Normally.
So if you want to like just take it, you can. Otherwise, you could roll to defy danger. That's up to you.
Well, I don't want to just take it. I would love to defy this.
Yeah. So tell me what do you want to happen instead, right? I'm saying you're going to get shot in the neck. What do you say happens instead?
I would love for Anhaga to notice some movement at wherever the source of this dart is, and just dive for the ground.
Yep, sure.
In response to it. Knowing what's happening.
Sounds like wisdom or dexterity, your choice.
I'll just say wisdom.
Cool. So you've got -1 to that for being distracted.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. So yeah. I mean, like, if you're gonna dive into the hole.
Oh, that's
Because, like, so options here: dive into hole, dive the other way and push Jenny into the hole, or take it to the neck.
Can I aid? This is a stretch. Can I aid here by? I like look back at him and see him tense up, like he notices something, and Anhaga and I have done a mission together, and we've assisted each other even with shooting people.
Yeah.
We like make eye contact, and then my eyes flick down to my pack, which is on the edge of the pit, and you dive behind it.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
That pushing it? Okay. What would that be for my aid? Intelligence
Intelligence, I think. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Also, Anhaga's pronouns are she, her.
That's right. No problem.
All right. Intelligence. Love that XP.
Yay!
Well.
Yep. So
in that case,
on a 6- for aid or interfere, your efforts are fruitless and frustrating. Take a debility. This is why there's more debilities now, because it's easier to get them.
I think once you get to 6 abilities, you just start taking damage.
Yeah, I can't remember if that happens or if you just die. One or the other. Something.
Well, I think what Anhaga does at this point is she makes eye contact, she sees the glance downward, and sort of thinks to herself, okay, if that's what Marlo wants me to do, I guess I'll dive into this pit full of spikes now, and just leaps in.
Yep, cool, excellent.
This makes Marlo extremely grumpy. He's mad that Anhaga did not get his signal.
Alright, cool, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna take damage because you know the spikes are there, but you're now in the pit with everyone else. At which point,
but Jenny isn't.
Jenny isn't. Yes.
Nope.
Oh, this is the best.
The cat's there too. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah. You just hear the sound of like many small, horrible, like, like yapping voices that are like making words. I think they're even speaking in common, right? They're like, they left it! Quick, grab it! Oh, yes, come, yeah! Right? Like, that sort of, like horrible, like, yeah.
Question, how deep is this pit again?
10 feet.
10 feet, okay.
So, like, yeah, if you want to try and, like, climb, if you want to defy the danger of the thing, like, by climbing out, and being there on time, then you can attempt that. Or if you have another move or whatever, right? Like, what sorry, let's jump back and do this properly. What do? You hear Jenny, like, braying unhappily.
Well, what I would like to do is... Actually, it depends. Who of the three of y'all is the tallest? Most likely.
I think it's Marlo.
Probably Marlo,
yeah.
I think, yeah. So, Anhaga looks at Marlo and just says, shoulders, and then climbs up your back.
That's fair, yeah.
And stands on your shoulders.
Yep.
And from the ledge of the pit, Anhaga, fortunately being tall, she will take her rifle and shoot whatever's closest to Jenny that isn't Jenny, in hopes of, like, scaring off whatever else is up there.
Yeah, right. So the danger here is that you're not quick enough. So I think I want you to defy that first.
Great.
It sounds like you are. It sounds like actually that Marlowe is lifting you with strength, and you're assisting.
That makes sense.
All right.
So assisting with... Okay. Assisting with Dex? Or
Mm-hmm.
is it just...
I think it sounds like it's assisting with Dex.
Yep.
So let's bump
I got a
us up to-
6 on my strength roll because I'm doing well today.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
XP all over.
Everyone gets XP. So yeah, I mean, like you just you fall in. I think you manage to get like right up, and you see these horrible creatures with like tufts of fur like emerging from like the parts where they're not scaled. I think the scales are like a sickly. I don't even like quite bright but like unpleasant slimy green like scales with like matted tufts of fur, especially like on their head, like top head, and like going down their back. They're hunched figures. They're probably like the size of they're like, we'd call them medium if they were like between medium and small. I think some of them are larger than others. And they're like grabbed a hold of Jenny and are just dragging her away. One of them appears to have just grabbed the cat and is like holding it above their head. And yeah, they just they have these like horrible dog lizard faces that have like the bottom jaw is like scales, but like all of the top of it is like dog hyena like. And yeah, they start like they're grabbing Jenny and the cat and just running off with them. And you go to line up a shot, and then Marlowe like slips on the on like the body on like the rubble and stuff below them, and you both fall. And because you're lining up the shot, the rifle like lands up there, and you hear one of them yell, "Quick, grab that too!"
Great. So it's like right on the edge of the pit, the rifle is?
Yep.
I hand my rifle to Anhaga.
I mean, you're both on the ground now. You're both lying prone on the back of on your backs on the ground. What are the other two doing?
We were scrounging for treasure.
Yeah. Do you want to roll? I mean, yeah. You're like. I think you find very like. I think that this doesn't sound like it is.
It's kind of already been picked clean by whoever set the trap.
I think that's the risk. Right? Do you want to defy against it?
Or discern?
Well, if you want to discern realities, but that's about finding out things, right? It's not about looting for treasure. There is no looting for treasure move.
I wish I'd taken. There's a rule in the Necromancer book, a move where you can learn things about graveyards specifically. I didn't take that. Is there like the obvious bones of a creature larger than a humanoid, like a cow or a horse, or
not
like
obvious,
a large ribcage?
Not obviously.
Okay, well, we'll defy danger between the spikes, I guess.
So yeah, trying to find the thing, find like treasures and things. Is that the plan?
Yes.
Cool. So Henri, while this is going on, Henri is still like searching for like treasure and things amongst the like spikes. So do you want to do that, Cammy? Are you using like, how are you doing that?
Just intelligence to identify things?
That sounds great to me. I mean, like you're the one that bumps Marlowe, right? I mean, that's gotta be what it is. So yeah. I think as this like fucking farcical thing is going on, we hear one of them yell, "Candle! Candle!" And yeah, one comes up, and we see one of these figures with like horrible, like matted fur snout, just like peer over the edge with its like big, like big dark eyes with just a little hint of like wild white at the edges, like peer down in, and then you hear like flick, and then you hear tss, and it throws down like a tube into the like a tube, like a colorful cardboard tube thing into the thing with you, and then it like grabs. You see it grab the rifle and run.
Is it possible for me to catch that tube and throw it back?
Yes, that sounds like a defy danger as well, right? Like,
I hope so.
yeah.
Okay.
With Dex?
Yeah, it sounds like Dex.
Okay. Sorry, finding things.
That's okay. There's no rush.
Jeez. Pressed it too many times.
Yeah, no, that's okay. We'll take the first one. Let me check my reference here, cause
Can we aid?
You're gonna fire on the ground.
How? I mean, I guess we've kind of caught up to where we fell down.
yes,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So all three of you are lying down.
Heaven!
So, what was the last thing that Forland did again? Just the exact moment that we're at.
Forland is currently attempting to catch and throw back the colorful cardboard hissing tube. It's like what, 6 inches long and like an inch in diameter?
Does it have a fuse, or is it just like one end is lit?
The hissing is the fuse, yes.
I would like to try and grab it also.
That doesn't, I mean, yes, okay, yeah, that sounds like you're helping, yep.
But at this point, I'm risking blowing myself, like risking whatever this is going to do, because I don't know that it's a funny firework. But putting myself between the danger and the people, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure. That sounds like con. Oh, that's amazing. All right, so I mean, like, yeah, you like Fallen fumbles.
So Fallen tries to grab it and like bounces out of their hand and lands on Henri, and Henri's like, "Oh, I better get rid of this," and it happens too late.
Yep. Okay, so that means that you're taking a D6 and everyone else is taking a D4. As like the whole like pit trap just erupts in like pew, whoop, and like there's just colors everywhere. Like everyone's ears are ringing. They've got burns on them.
Are we taking separate D4s or the same one?
Separate D4s.
Okay.
I was right. It was a firework, not just dynamite.
No, it's not dynamite. It's a firework.
Does armor apply here?
I think armor does apply here.
Is Fallen moist like a salamander? I always imagine salamanders as kind of damp.
Now
I prefer the term damp.
Alright, so here's what happens.
I'm just looking at the damage rolls.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, like, the firework goes off. You all experience loudness and brightness and pain. And then just, like, ringing as, like, whatever was making sounds has, like, stopped. And I think we're overdue for our first break. So let's take that there. Back soon, chat.